You're not alone if you felt exhausted watching Ari Aster's Beau Is Afraid. You may have found the film taxing, and well before the end, you may have become frustrated with it, and yet, even now, not be able to say quite why. It's especially puzzling because all the standard boxes are checked for this film. The cinematography is wonderful, and every shot is perfectly composed, with fascinating things to study and puzzle over within those shots. The acting is top-notch, and all the players deliver convincing performances. The story is chock full of bizarre and entertaining details and contains humor, mystery, and terror in equal dollops. The directing is fine, with each chosen visual and segue of action fully logical and without blemish. Why then, as review after review begrudgingly acknowledges, is this film so exhausting? The reason is two-pronged. One, there's no apparent evolution of the main character, and two, we have no means of connecting with him. He is static throughout the film, and we are provided no means of entering his psychology, so we are trapped in place in the theater on a stationary bicycle, with no reward for suffering through his psychotrauma. In effective stories with a narrative arc, the main character evolves or devolves along a path that we travel in tandem. We participate in the insights or confusions they experience, and we come to empathize with their journey, regardless of how we feel about them, good or bad. Whether they conquer their villains or suffer a tragic twist of fate, the story, writing, and direction all work together not just to place us on the same path, but to allow us to empathize, regardless of how we feel about the character. The absence of this is the flaw of Beau Is Afraid. We're treated to the wildest picaresque journey imaginable, yet, against this dynamic backdrop, the most static depiction of a soul in torment is provided, and without any means of connecting with that soul's state. Beau's frayed, guilt-ridden psychology is presented without change from beginning to end. His deepest fears of the outside world are made manifest as a terrifying Baroque tapestry that forms the backdrop of every act, changing like a magic lantern from scene to scene. Yet he remains fixed throughout the film, trapped in a state of perpetual terror. If there is any evolution of his own self-understanding, it is hidden from the audience, and we remain trapped watching a Grand Guignol puppet show of zero-sum morality from a great distance. We simply cannot connect with the main character at all. The direction is therefore detached, showing us what takes place without providing any emotional or psychological entry point for empathizing with Beau. We crave precisely what the director has failed to provide, and so the film becomes taxing, exhausting, and tedious. Perhaps worst of all, it leaves us empty, not really caring that we never developed any compassion for the character, and not really happy that Beau is finally dead so that we're free to leave the theater, but instead feeling cheated out of a psychological experience that should have left us asking for more.